Hey guys, it's me MEHXTRA, and today I wanted to do my very first commentary video. I've never actually done one of these before, so I really wanted to try it out, and if you do enjoy the video, please be sure to subscribe and like, that would be very nice and greatly appreciated. So first off, how you want to access this is hit right shift, settings, and then here you will see replay mod. Of course this is on Lunar, so there's also an actual Forge mod to this, and it's also on Badline. I'm not really sure if there are any other clients that have this. You'd probably have to look it up, but yeah. Alright, so when you hit right shift, go to settings, here you can hit the little settings thing there, and then this will come up. So this is like a little indicator, click that, have it on, it'll show like the corner, like you can actually choose where it shows up, like it will show like right there. So you can move it around, really it's up to you. Lunar UI, I actually have no clue what that does. Notifications, this will give you like a little notification in the top corner when you start recording, and then also down here. And so if you log out of Hypixel like before you cancel the recording, it will come up saying, oh, you have this recording right here, are you sure that you want to save it? Or if not, then you can hit like yes or no. So recording file, this is like where your recording saved to, so you can click that, you can change it. So if you want to change it, you have to go to File Explorer. So then if you go to this PC, you can change it around here, D. Let's, for example, if we go to like my folders thing here, this is what it looks like. It'll be like D and then the slash, then folders. So you can basically copy and paste the location and then put it into here. The cache file, you don't really have to worry about that. The render file, you also don't really have to worry about that. These things are important and you just don't have to do anything. If you want to set up like a hotkey, you can do, I think it's pretty, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's default to P. So when you hit that, you can start recording and stop recording. Then if you want to hit like O, that will pause the recording. So you can hit that to like pause and play. Then here are different things that you can do. So you can record a server, record single player, you can auto store the recording, you can rename dialogue. Don't really know what that does. You can probably look that up. Oh, I just got AFK'd. Then show chat. This is if you want to have chat in the recording. It's really up to you. Alright, so let's say you go into a Battle Royale game, you've done the recording, now you want to render the recording. I'll show you how to do that. Oh, also another way to start recording, if you never set that hotkey, is if you hit escape, then you can hit start recording, then pause and resume, then you hit like stop. So let's say you just did your recording, and then you want to like render it, you want to like play through it. So what you want to do is go to the Lunar Client home screen, hit replay viewer, it's at the bottom section here, it's the camera. So hit that. This will load, and then these are all the different replays that you have. So if you want to edit them, you can click it, and hit rename. This you can rename the file name, then edit. Not really sure what that did. Oh, it just crashed Lunar. Yeah, Lunar just crashed. Oh, there we go. So if we go back to the thing, so edit, don't hit that, I guess that crashes your game. So you can delete it. And then also you can hit cancel. That'll just take you back to the home screen. So say you have a recording right here. I'll just go to like one of the longer ones that I have, like right here. Then hit load. So then this will take you into the actual recording. And so it will start the recording from where you were at the time. And so yeah, that's how it works. If you want to stop it, first you have to hit T. That will basically bring up your cursor. And then you want to hit pause. And of course, if you hover over something, it will give you like hotkey that you can use, like to pause and start in. You can just hit P. Just to let you know, when you want to use hotkeys, you can't be in like cursor mode. You have to escape, then you can go back to using hotkeys. But then if you want to access your cursor, you can just hit T. I know that with Badline, how you access the cursor is if you hit escape. Now you can do it that way, but that doesn't actually work on Lunar's replay mod. Button right here, click that. These are a whole bunch of hotkeys that you have access to. You can like click that, go here, you can see all the different hotkeys that you have. If you want to close this again, you can hit the button here. Let's say you want to roll counterclockwise, you just hit J, so you can start to roll. If you want to go clockwise, you can hit L. Then if you want to reset, you can hit K. That's just a little example. So now I'll tell you about the stuff up here. So this is called a position keyframe, and that's a time keyframe. So this is the position and like which direction you're looking at, and then this is at what time you want you to be at. So let's say I want to get, let's say I restart it, and I want to get a cool clip of me bridging. So First, let's get in a position like this. And you can adjust the speed here. You can make it slower or faster. I'm just gonna keep it the same. So I don't think I have to really worry about that. This is basically, I'm just gonna call this the timeline. And this is like the keyframe timeline. I don't really know what they're called. So what I wanna do is zoom in here. Actually, I can zoom in a little bit. So these are like how many seconds are passing between each keyframe. So let's say I wanna get a clip and you want it to look like this. So what you want to do is hit position keyframe, and then you want to hit add time keyframe. So then if we get out of this by hitting escape, then you can use WASD space and shift to move out. You'll see that this has created like this diamond shape right where you were. And if you want to see how this looks, you can go back to the beginning and then hit play camera path. Oh wait, yeah, you need to have 2 keyframes. So you have the keyframe here. Let's say you want to have a keyframe that's more over here. So you want to hit play, have your character move, and then like right here, that's where you want it to be. You can then look at the direction of how you want it to look, hit T, then you can hit these again. Hit escape. Then you can see here, there's a red line that like connects them, and then there's also a green line here, and that's just pointing like where it's looking. So if you ever wonder like which direction the sky is like where you're looking at, that is where it is. And the red line just shows like they're connected. So if you want to do like a little test to like see how it looks, you can hit T on your keyboard, drag this back to the start, and then you can hit play camera path. That's how it looks. Hit escape, and then you're back in. Let's say now you want to go over here, play. So at this point of time, you want to have your camera looking this way. Hit T, hit both of these, then hit escape. Then let's say you go a little bit more. You want it to be over here, but let's say we want to do a little bit of a roll. So we can go like hit J a little bit, and then this is how you want it to look. Hit T, hit both of these, hit escape. Then hit play again. You can hit play again, hit P. And then you want to like roll this way a little bit by hitting L. You can then hit T, then hit both of these. And then if you want to see how it looks again, you can just bring your timeline back to the start. Then you can hit T, and then hit play camera path from the cursor position. This is what it looks like. Okay, so after you've done your keyframes and which way you want it to look, and you want to like render it, so you can hit T on your keyboard, bring up the cursor, then you want to hit this button right here. It says render camera path. So when you hit that, all of these video settings show up. And there is a bug that when you hit render, there will be like this red message that comes up and it'll say you need to install FFmpeg. Oh, I'm being pinged on Discord, no. So there is a bug here. When you hit render, it will show up all red and it will say, oh, you need to have this one program called FFmpeg installed. I'll leave a link down below. It's a video that I used to fix the problem, and it's like really helpful. Basically, if you ignore that, you can see here end rendering method. I just leave it at default rendering. You can play around with these. Doesn't really matter. I just stay with default. Encoding presets, that's like your video format. So I usually just stay at MP4 default quality. Have that. This is your video resolution. So I guess most people have 1920 by 1080. It's really like your monitor. It doesn't really matter though, you can have it in 4K if you want. This is your bitrate. This you can play around with. I just like leaving it at 10. 10 is fine. Your video frame rate, you can have that higher, but then the video size will just be like way larger. So you don't really have to do that. So the output file, this is basically where you can choose where it saves, like what I discussed like earlier with the replay videos, that folder. This is going to be your video name. So you can name it to like a test render.mp4, hit save, how it looks. So these are the advanced settings. So you can render the player's name tags as well. I don't really like doing that. I feel like it just gets a little bit messy sometimes, because then you have to like worry about cropping it out and stuff, but it's really up to you. So to stabilize the camera, this you can play around with like the camera like stability. If you want it to be like shaking a little bit, you have a rule. The chroma keying, this is if you want to have like a green screen. If you want to like crop out the background, you can take this, then you can play around with the colors. So when you go to edit it, it will be like that part will be invisible, like it will be an alpha channel. So this spherical FOV, I think this is like the degrees of like what you look at. If you don't want to like mess up anything, just don't change that. You don't really have to. The anti, I don't actually know what this does. I'll just skip that. So these, yeah, it can't be, like for these options, it doesn't really like, I guess you can play around with those, but you can't actually use those with a MP4. You'd have to go to here and then use a different encoding preset. The export camera path, you don't really have to have that checked. It doesn't really, like, you just don't need that. Then this is the important part with the FFmpeg. It's being, like, it'll be covered in the tutorial that I'll leave down in the description. And then the command line settings, this you also don't need to change. And then if you do screw like any of this up, you can just hit this X button right here. It will like reset it to default. So once you've done all that, you can add this to queue. So if you have multiple different things that you want to render, you just hit that, and then this will be your queue. You can hit render all, you can like just select certain ones to render. But if you just want to render, like you have this one video, that's the one that you want to render, what you can do is just take it, and then you just want to render selected. So once you hit that, you can like view the preview. You can see if there are any changes that you want to do. You can pause, you can resume, and you can also cancel. So once you've done that, it will take it to your videos folder. Here you can upload it to YouTube directly. I don't really know why you have to do that. Then you can open your videos folder. Right here, this is the recording. I really hope this tutorial helped you out, and once again, I'll leave this the video on how to fix up the FFmpeg down below in the description. I do hope that you subscribe and like the video. It will really help me out, and yeah, have a nice day.